As far as we know, we are alone in the universe. Earth is the only planet known to be inhabited by life, and humans are the only intelligent beings. Humans have searched for extraterrestrial life for more than a century. But what will we do when we find it? There are, of course, rumors of alien contacts. There's Area 51, the Air Force base in Nevada, where the government supposedly stores aliens in freezers. And there was that mysterious crash landing in Roswell, New Mexico, in 1947, and mutilated cows in Colorado. In a recent poll, 1 in 4 Americans said they believe the planet has already been visited by an extraterrestrial. That doesn't mean alien life couldn't be real. Scientists are taking that possibility seriously and are looking beyond our planet for evidence of extraterrestrials. Long ago, people suspected that there might be life in other places, says Mary Wojtek, NASA's head astrobiologist. I think it's a fundamental question everyone has. Are we unique?
It's going to look for places that are habitable, either in the past or potentially even in the future or currently. It's doing a real estate assessment. Where are those good schools on Mars? Where might there be microbes living or some of life?
What happens if the answer to that question is no? What if we finally discover we are not alone? Believe it or not, there is a plan. Following the disclosure that contact has been made with extraterrestrial civilizations, it is imperative that leaders speak to the public in a calm, reassuring, and positive manner.
The aliens won't let it happen. You reveal all their secrets. They exercise strict control over us.
Raw coward interests have made it clear that they will spin such an event to advance a militaristic approach by engendering fear and spreading false and frightening disinformation concerning one or more such ET civilizations.
Explore. I can't reveal anything.
Oh, really?
Such disinformation is, in fact, already fully embedded within the public consciousness of the subject.
What the hell is that, man? Wow. Whoa. You see that? What the hell? That's no spaceship, man.
That's the government, bro.
Hey. Whoa, that happened in China, I guess. Whoa. Look at that. That's no meteor, man.
That's government shit, man.
No, that's a UFO. That's a UFO, yeah. That's a UFO, that's a sign.
The UFO subculture will use such an event to advance all manner of bizarre theories and disinformation as well. Abductions, mutilations, invasion, hybrid breeding programs, secret ET groups working with some covert human military operations. There must be a sane, rational, forward-looking and hopeful tone and emphasis presented by leaders who understand the issue truly. The existence of other extraterrestrial civilizations has been known for some time. In the past, some authorities, for a number of reasons, felt that this should be kept secret. But now the time has come for this to be known and accepted openly by all of the people of Earth. And we must look forward towards the future and not to the past. In the month of June 2015, UFO sightings were dramatically on the top by 1000%. In the month of June 2015, UFO sightings were dramatically up by 100%. Some are saying that this is the summer of alien disclosure. There we mentioned their name, but MAFON had doubled the amount of sightings in June compared to May, up from 600 to a staggering 1,179 sightings. With this better summer weather and clear skies around many parts of the world, all this going hand in hand with many leading events throughout the world, could this be the time for the aliens to start forcing their very own disclosure? Yes, there will always be hoaxes and fakes, but sightings are on the up, and extraterrestrial interest is on the up. The world is shifting into a new level of consciousness. It's a new awakening for planet Earth. In March 2016, the British government is set to release shocking evidence of alien contact, when 18 classified files are due to be released. We don't think this research is related to the recovery of crashed saucers or clandestine meetings with aliens. It looks like much of their material is related to the search for extraterrestrial intelligence and the implications of alien contact.
Did you see a UFO?
I did, and the rest of the account, it was unidentified flying object, okay? It's unidentified. I saw something. Now,
The 3 astronauts of Apollo 11 who went to the moon back in 1969 all said that they believe there is life beyond Earth. Do you agree?
You know, I don't know, and I don't presume to know. What I know is there's life here on Earth.
Will Obama beat the British in revealing alien evidence? It is clear that President Obama is aware of the UFO phenomenon. But like us all former presidents, he fails to release the secret UFO documents. It is also known that Hillary Clinton has long had an interest in UFOs and the existence of extraterrestrial life, and has been putting pressure on the White House to reveal all. Are we ready for the UFO disclosure? Ancient artifacts from all over the world show humanoid figures wearing what appear to be astronaut spacesuits. Sacred texts like Bible or Vedas reference angels, gods, creators, and other supernatural beings that come from the sky. Massive pyramids in Egypt, Mexico, Europe, South America, China, Japan are built along the same belt between 20° and 32° north latitude, all engineered and executed with remarkable precision and advanced knowledge of geometry, mathematics, and astronomy. The same belt connects the Bermuda Triangle, the Dragon's Triangle, and Mexico's Zone of Silence. The 3 pyramids of Giza are also the mirror image of the 3 stars on the Orion's belt. Indigenous tribes like the Native American Hopi or the Dogon people of Africa point to the sky as the place of their origin, not metaphorical or spiritual origin, but as an exact location of the parent beings that brought the entire humanity into existence. These beings are believed to have come to Earth thousands of years ago and seeded this planet with life. They are also expected to return soon. These and other curious facts constitute, if not hard evidence, at least a reason to wonder about the nature of the UFO phenomenon. And most people do wonder. As a result, over 20 countries disclose their UFO files, moving towards greater transparency. The United States, on the other hand, has taken the position of deliberate silence. Some files were disclosed in 2011 as a nod to the Freedom of Disinformation Act, but the most fundamental facts about the UFOs are still being denied. Why? The most cited reason is the American people are not ready, aka the mass panic scenario.
So this British guy, accused of what a U.S. prosecutor calls the biggest military computer hack in all time, will not have to face trial here in the United States at all because of fears he may kill himself. His name is Gary McKinnon. He's 46 years old. He admits, yes, I hacked into Pentagon and NASA computers. But he claims he was just looking for secret evidence of unidentified flying objects. Our studios in New York, and U.S. officials, Jonathan, not at all happy about this one.
Not at all, Shep. This, after all, is a man who, in their words, broke into some of the most secret U.S. military computer networks that there are. He caused, they say, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage, and they very much wanted to get him back here to face American justice.
Back to the most interesting matter at hand. What did he find in the way of UFO evidence?
Well, he says he spent a year looking through these computer systems, and he found, he says, photographic evidence of photographic proof of alien spacecraft and the names and ranks of something he called non-terrestrial officers. He has not at this point shared those names with us.
The mass panic scenario. Granted, Americans are an unpredictable bunch. We're stressed out, overworked, overspent, overmedicated, mentally unstable and armed to the teeth. We're still battling poverty, racism, illiteracy. We still engage in needless wars and debate whether healthcare is a universal right or whether climate change is real.
Nearly 200 nations have assembled here this week. A declaration that for all the challenges we face, the growing threat of climate change could define the contours of this century more dramatically than any other. And what should give us hope? That this is a turning point. That this is the moment we finally determined we would save our planet.
We put poisons in our food, water, and the air, and we have half of our population is in prison.
We keep it segregated.
How come?
Because we don't want to program with them. Keep a clear line, pretty much.
Let's face it, we're not exactly ahead of the curve. But does it mean we can't handle the fact that we're not alone in the universe? After all, nearly half of the population believes UFOs could be a sign of extraterrestrials' visitation. So let's examine the mass panic scenario closely. Imagine that tomorrow the government makes a global announcement of the UFO presence. What would happen next? Clearly, the world would change in an instant. Everything we know will be called into question.
No justice! No peace!
And maybe some people won't be able to cope with the new reality. Even so, does it mean that all of society will collapse? Rather than think in hypothetical terms, ask yourself, what will my reaction be? Will I change my worldview, or will I deny it in the face of fact? Will I panic, or will I be able to go on with my day without losing my mind? Will I even feel excited, rejoiced, hopeful, vindicated? Do you know the answers? Most people have, if not a conviction, at least a sneaking suspicion that there is more to the story than water balloons or secret military tests. So where does the idea that the whole society will be shocked beyond recovery come from? the evolution of consciousness. It may not be always evident, but human civilization is evolving. We are becoming more tolerant and willing to accept differences rather than denounce them. We are becoming more spiritual without the need to belong to a particular religious tradition. We are becoming more compassionate to other species inhabiting this earth. These evolving attitudes are being recognized once again as essential principles that sustain and enrich life in the long run. Shouldn't they also apply to the issue of ET reality? They should, but there is a disturbing trend in our society. Whenever there is a possibility to make a change to the status quo, it's eradicated with an argument that the American people can't handle it. Decriminalizing drugs, it's too progressive. Alternative energy. Our infrastructure can't handle that. A female president, we're not there yet. Banning animal testing, GMOs, oil drilling, dumping chemical waste into the water supply. Not in our lifetime.
The aliens won't let it happen. You reveal all their secrets. They exercise strict control over us.
Aren't you sick of hearing this? Aren't you fed up with being infantile?
Astronomers from around the world are expressing excitement about a radio signal coming from deep space. New Scientist magazine reports some say it might be a signal from an alien civilization. The signal coming from a point between the Pisces and Aries constellations has been detected 3 times by the SETI radio telescope in Puerto Rico. The giant antenna uses a worldwide network of personal computers to sift radio signals from space.
Sounds like a movie.
It does.
Contact, maybe?
Yeah,
Thank you, Bill. Bay Area scientists today said we need to decide what we're going to say to extraterrestrials. A recent discovery of a mystery signal, along with new technology, are leading some to predict we'll soon have a chance for a cosmic conversation.
And it could be humanity's most important message, a simple hello. Across the globe, radio receivers like these are listening for a signal of intelligent life in the universe. And as in the movie Contact, real astronomers today say they have at least one mystery signal picked up by this dish in Puerto Rico last month. And they're confident technical advances will turn up a sign of ET.
We probably won't be able to decode it. We'll know they're out there, there's something out there, but we won't know much about their civilization.
To come here and, molest us.
According to the famous Drake equation, astronomers estimate there are some 10,000 intelligent civilizations just in our galaxy. The nearest one is likely very far away. But many scientists urge caution when it comes to initiating contact. They say it might be foolish, even dangerous for Earth to assume we know all the risks.
I don't think Earthlings should transmit messages right now. We're an emerging civilization. We're just getting in the game.
Wertheimer heads the SETI at Home project at UC Berkeley. He says listening is one thing, replying quite another.
We're just learning how to do this, and we really don't know what we're up to, and so we need to be careful.
Aren't you outraged that your voice is always drowned out for the sake of illusionary peace and order, in the anticipation of a make-believe mass panic? The American people should be given more credit, as the national surveys consistently confirm. The polls show that about 50% of Americans believe that intelligent life exists on other planets. About 25% believe in aliens visiting Earth.
There's another one. There's a third one. It's a red one too. Yeah, man. Holy shit. Wow.
And the majority, about 80%, believes that the government is concealing information about the UFOs from the public.
What do we know? We know now we live in an ever-expanding universe. We know that there are billions of stars and planets literally out there, and the universe is getting bigger. We know from our fancy telescopes that just in the last 2 years, more than 20 planets have been identified outside our solar system that seem to be far enough away from their suns and dense enough that they might be able to support some form of life. So it makes it increasingly less likely that we're alone.
Oh, you're trying to give me a hint that there are aliens.
No, I'm trying to tell you I don't know.
Oh.
But if we were visited someday, I wouldn't be surprised.
Did you look? Did you see? Did you explore?
I can't reveal anything.
Oh, really? Because President Clinton said he did go right in and he did check and there was nothing.
Well, you know, that's what we're instructed to say.
John Podesta reflected on his latest White House stint Friday, listing his favorite moments and biggest regrets from the past year, chief among them, depriving the American people of the truth about UFOs. Podesta's long-time fascination with UFOs is well documented, as his brief political hiatus following 4 years as President Bill Clinton's chief of staff freed him up to pursue his otherworldly passion.
I think it's time to open the books on questions that have remained in the dark, on the question of government investigations of UFOs. It's time to find out what the truth really is that's out there. We ought to do it really because it's right. We ought to do it because the American people, quite frankly, can handle the truth. And we ought to do it because it's the law. So there are these cases in which documents haven't been made available to the American public. The American public, as Bonnie noted, is quite skeptical about the fact that the government won't make them available for public inspection. These are records that are more than 25 years old. They ought to be declassified, they ought to be released, and we ought to be able to see for ourselves what's included in those documents.
It's time to find out what the truth really is that's out there, because the American people can handle the truth. And we ought to do it because it's the law. It is known that Hillary Clinton has long had an interest in UFOs and the existence of extraterrestrial life. She was given an informal briefing in August 1995 by billionaire philanthropist Lawrence Rockefeller on the best available UFO evidence. On August 4, 1995, memo by President Clinton's science advisor Dr. Jack Gibbons confirmed that the Clintons would be vacationing with Rockefeller at his Teton Ranch in Wyoming that summer, and they would discuss UFOs. Both Clintons were involved in numerous attempts to force the release of national security files concerning UFOs. First we had Obama's ex-counselor John Podesta, who tweeted on Twitter after he left his position in the White House about how disappointed he was that he couldn't bring about the disclosure of the UFO files. Then we had Obama live on TV stating that the aliens were real and that they have strict control over the US government.
The aliens won't let it happen. You reveal all their secrets. They exercise strict control over us.
And now we have Hillary Clinton, who recently decided to go for the position of US President, which is very exciting news to a lot of believers, as Hillary has been seen with books on aliens, and apparently even tried digging deeper to see what she could find out about our ET friends. Podesta had been informally briefed by UFO disclosure advocate Stephen Greer back in January 2009 that classified UFO files hold the key to developing new energy technologies. This appears to have been an eye-opener to Podesta.
What the hell is that, man? Wow. Whoa. You see that? What the hell? That's not spaceship, man. Hey. Whoa, that happened in China, I guess. Whoa. Look at that. That's no meteor, man.
That's government shit.
No, that's a UFO. That's a UFO, yeah. That's a UFO, that's a sign.
After the disclosure. UFO disclosure can start a whole new chapter in human history. Learning about our place in the universe, possibly our origins, and our true potential will end the primitive out-of-control human civilization as we know it. Imagine what we could be if our lives were not run by the financial institution we've created. Imagine free energy for everyone, something that advanced intergalactic races have surely accomplished. Or being able to cure incurable diseases like cancer or AIDS. Imagine, say, 50 years without wars, poverty, genocide. What if, instead of trying to survive the best we can, people were able to realize their full potential as species?